Hello and welcome to another Omega Friday. In today's session we're going to have a look at Arena documents and see how we can utilize that to manage the documents. So let me show you what we have here. This is the Arena document register. As you can see, it's a typical grid with the standard filtering features. Before we look more into the details of this view, let's have a little look at how you set these things up first. So when you need to have control of your documents, you need to have a numbering system. So first let's have a look at Omega's numbering system. So this is configured like this. We have the syntax of the document number itself. Here it's set to be the document type plus a sequence number of with 4 digits. For this numbering system we have these document types. We have facility codes defined, project codes, discipline codes, originator codes, etc. And let's have a look at release codes. When you have a document that is issued for use, for example, you use the IFU release code. We have IFR issued for review, and we'll also see that you can define how these revisions should be numbered. And you can also say, for the more advanced functionality related to progress tracking, you can say here what percentage should this document, the complete progress percentage when you receive an IFU. It is here defined as 80%, and when you decide to release that IFU, it's 100%. Of course, this is something that you can configure for each individual numbering system. Okay, so let's have a little look again at the document register itself. In addition to the standard filter features, you can see up in the left corner something called group by folders. This is not specific for Arena document register. You will find it also in some of our other registers where it's relevant. In this case, we have defined this group by folders to consist of the document type at the first level and then the org unit. It's possible to set up additional group by folders. The key thing here is that it's based on the attributes of the document itself. So if I expand this one, I will see that there are 10 documents from this org unit for this document type. Okay, let's have a little look at one of these documents. We have here a template, a proposal template. So you can see here what is having the main focus is the actual document itself. So it opens up the document in a PDF view. If this is a PowerPoint or Word or Excel document, it will be automatically converted to PDF by Omega 365. If it's a document of a format that we don't support automatic conversion, the user can always convert it himself and then upload a PDF rendition using this feature. You also see that it has some main attributes like the title of the document, which numbering system to use, the document type, the document number that was generated based on the rules that we have, and the revision number. Additional settings you will find under the settings tab, and here we can see it's the release code, the revision date, when it was actually released for info or use. We have additional more advanced features like the review class. Is this a document that requires a review or not? Who, if so, is review responsible? You can also use it for planning the releases. When is it supposed to be released for review, for use, construction, etc. And you can also tie it to the activities register. We looked at that in one of our first sessions, and we'll show you all the activities that are available inside this org unit. You can also use these additionally more advanced features related to progress tracking. You can say something, especially for the technical documents, is this a document that has been transferred to operations? Up here you will see if it's required by operation, DFO, documentation for operation, if an as-built is required. You can also tie it to different set different other attributes, the discipline code, system code, facility codes, etc. And then importantly that you can tie it to an object. So in our case in Omega we have our software products as objects. This could be of course also physical stuff as well, and anything else that you want to have in your objects register. And you can relate other documents. On the right hand side we have our collaboration workspace, so that can be utilized to collaborate about this document as well. So here I perhaps please update section 3 to include for example, and then I will assign that to person as an action, and it will appear on, in this case, Jan Christian's homepage as an action that he needs to take care of. Okay, let's try creating a new document. As you see, this is a template. It's also tagged here as a template. That means that we can utilize that when creating a new document. So I go here, create a new document, and it's a sample code, for example. I pick it up from the document types list. I choose the template, and a copy of this template will then be created. And I have now, of course, some work to do on this quotation. For client X, for example. I can use this Office 365 feature to work on this document, and the nice thing with that is that all the people that needs to contribute on this quote in this case can work on this document in parallel, and there's no need for checking it out locally or download and upload and stuff like that. You basically just utilize Office 365 features, allowing all the users to contribute in parallel. So by first, it opens it up in the browser-based Word version. I typically prefer the desktop client, so that's also possible to use. All the users can still work on this document together, and it's automatically saved, so I don't need to worry about saving it or loading it back into content goals here. So you utilize Word just as you use it normally, and autosave is turned on. So let's be happy with this one, and I close it down, and it will go back to or it will be available for the other users as well. So when they click on it in Office 365, they are working on the same document. And as I said, everyone can work at the same time, so there's no need to wait for the others to have done their stuff. You can combine this with getting some actions. We use this actively internally in Omega now for preparing quotes and working with other documents. Please describe features in section 3, for example, and I assign that again to Jan Christian. Okay, let me remove that action. That's just done the action. So you can use this collaboration workspace. You can work directly in the documents, and when you're done, use this feature to remove the checkout. And when you remove the checkout, we basically take it out from the SharePoint area, remove it from there, and load it back into Omega 365 file store. And you can see that it automatically also then converts it to PDF. In this case, I might want, when I have done, me and my colleagues are done with preparing this document, we might want to send it out for review or approval to some of our colleagues. So I can just pick from here if this is for review, for example, and I might pick him as well for review. I can also say that I need somebody to approve it, so let's find Svein Tore, for example. He might want to approve this document before we send it out for to our client. So when we're ready, we just click on this one, and I just want to have it for review first, so I click on distribute for review, and then it will go create a review for this document. As you can see over here, it will be reviewed by myself and by Jan Christian. And here we utilize the same component that you're familiar with from PIMS R4, this Foxit component. So all the users can also here work in parallel. No need to check out, check in or anything. You just work directly here in the browser, making your comments. And this component has quite powerful annotation features, like you saw note, but you can also use various strikeout stuff, call out. You can make different kind of drawings if that's relevant, etc. And yeah, so that could be very practical. When I'm done, I just mark my review as completed. Okay, so finally, I just want to show you also that you could add signatures to this document when that's relevant. So I could say that, okay, in this case, I want to have Svein-Tore sign it, for example, and on his front page then, and inside his application, he will get a button saying that he needs to sign it. So if I find myself, for example, and do a little refresh here, it will be a signed document up in the top of this page. If you sign it, it will generate a new PDF file with the signatures from the persons on it. Okay, that was what I wanted to show you in this session, and next Friday we have another session related to Omega 365. Thank you and have a good day.